Hey guys, welcome again on my YouTube channel. What? Take two. Hey guys, welcome to my channel again. I am your fave BFF, Fabian, and today's episode we're gonna be discussing some of the.
Chi-chis are like.
Oh, okay. You gotta
Okay,
make
like
sure
that.
that it's
There you go.
nice and flat and looks plump, right? So today we're gonna be sharing with you guys our own experiences and some tips before going to Brazil. Just a few months ago, our first time in Brazil, we went to Rio and Sao Paulo, like the month of October. And so we're gonna be letting you guys know what we learned,
What did we learn?
what we liked, and what we didn't like, and what we wish that we knew before traveling. And that way, you as traveler also have a fun experience going to Brazil. So I'm gonna be just asking my friend here. We're gonna give you guys our own perspectives. So let's get started. First question. What was your first impression of Brazil?
My first impression of Brazil was wow, like this place. Why have I not been here before? And it's just so beautiful, and from the architecture to just all the development, and everyone's so nice.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah. Oh, we got.
Yeah, they're just so friendly and very diverse. What makes you want to go to Rio and Sao Paulo in the first place?
Well, Rio definitely has a different vibe than Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is more like your metropolitan, and
Yeah.
it feels very much like a New York or
Yeah.
like a Chicago, and they have like CNN. And I was very surprised to see some of the global leaders, there, and then lots of parks.
Yeah.
And then Rio has kind of like a French, Spanish architecture vibe going on, in like a Miami setting,
Yeah,
So that's the best I could say. But they both have two different things to offer.
yeah, and also like just for me, the difference between Rio and Sao Paulo, one of them is Sao Paulo is just very dense and very populated and just very just modern, and then Rio is more like nature. You got the beaches, you got the mountains, and it's very well. It's also close. It's very coastal too. So that's another. Geographically, they're two different locations. So
Right.
one is more like closer to the water, and then one is like more like in the mainland.
Yeah.
So, all right. The next question is, what are your tips for Americans who want to go to Brazil?
I would probably learn the language.
Yeah, definitely. We got scammed
Face it, we got scammed.
twice, or at least, we almost got scammed, but we had to get out of it, like in a smart way, and we can talk more about that in a different video. But essentially, yes, learning the language is very important. Portuguese, I find, my impression of them is like they're very proud of their own language.
Eu vou ter saudades tuas.
And of course, they that's their main language. Even if they understand English, they're gonna, hear you, and they're gonna reply to you in Portuguese. So just be prepared for that. But if you know some Spanish, I think it might help, because Portuguese and Spanish are very somewhat similar. So I think you'll get through, navigate around the city, no problem. The Spanish and English.
They do try to accommodate Spanish speakers a little bit more
yeah.
than English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So learn. Yeah, if you already don't know Portuguese, at least maybe try Spanish. Try English and Spanish and some Portuguese like we did.
Yeah.
So you know, to
Sometimes French.
and sometimes French. But honestly, like everyone that we encountered, like at least like 90%, they're very friendly. Like even though like we don't know the language, they will still try to help us out. Like that one lady, like we stayed at Airbnb. She offered us to ride to the airport, and she helped. We give her a little bit of money, and she helped us out by giving us a ride. So, just like offering, like they're very helpful and they're very friendly people. So I really like that about Brazilians. What is something you learned about Brazil culture that you didn't know before?
Something I didn't know about Brazil culture. There was like this, I want to say like Antarctica carbonated drink. What was the name of it?
Carbonated drink?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh,
It was like a, oh my gosh.
Somewhere in the grocery shop.
Yeah. Why can't I think of the name right now? Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so something that I didn't know about Brazil. Shoot.
For me, while you're thinking about it, like I'm thinking about the language. I was studying like as Portuguese, at least the main like conversational Portuguese. So I was like, for like a month or two before going, so it really helped me navigating around the city, or at least connecting with the locals. But if I didn't do that, I would have struggled. Even though I could understand, speak some Spanish, but I think it really helped, like to learn the language, like we said in the other video.
I didn't realize that you needed reservations to go to the Copacabana. So yeah, I think, I don't know. There's so many celebrities that go there, so they just stop you right at the door, and you need to call in advance.
You plan your trip, your itinerary, because especially like if you're very limited time, spending time in country like Brazil, there's just way things to do.
There's so much to do. There's so many things to see.
And so you want to be strategic on your plans, because there's just way too many things that you want to do. So I would probably like list of places that you want to target and hit before traveling, and then work around it. Oh yeah, what about the traveling from Sao Paulo and Rio? Like, we decided not to drive from Sao Paulo to Rio, and instead we took a flight. Because driving to Rio, and we learned that it's actually like more hassle, like trying to find parking. It's gonna be more expensive. Everything is so close and within reach in Rio that you don't need a car. That's something that I learned.
I say give yourself more time to get to the airport,
We're gonna miss our flight.
especially from Sao Paulo to Rio. I think we thought we somehow got stuck in traffic hour, and they have almost like a similar traffic hour to LA. So yeah, something that's like 30 minutes away could be 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's very true. Gotta like plan accordingly. Like they're very like a little bit like slower pace in compared to our American like way of like living. Like our lifestyle is very fast paced. Over there it's definitely more slower.
Yep.
Yeah, so be more patient. My experience has been like really just positive experience. Even though we were like walking around at nighttime, just us two, like it was pretty safe. So there's no there's no time when I felt like unsafe. Even though like a lot of people say like don't go to Brazil, they because it's not safe or blah for tourists. But I felt safe there. What do you think? You felt safe?
I felt safe too.
Yeah. Like just you're always aware of your surroundings, right? Like don't be that tourist who's drunk at walking back to your hotel or hostel, by yourself, especially if you're a woman. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Don't be that tourist. Like, be smart. Travel safely and always have like a buddy with you, or don't be out and about. Late at night by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.